what I want to do is, this is a very rare cover. There's not a lot of Scouts out there with this cover on there. So I wanted to utilize the same assembly, which meant I had to make my own custom twin sticks for the Data 300. As you can see, I've since cleaned this cover up, painted it, and made it look very nice. So I wanted to incorporate the shifter opening itself. In order for me to do that, what I came up with is, this is the mechanism that ran the old transmission. It's a very archaic, primitive system. There's really no, it's just not a good system. So what I came up with was a shifter out of a 97 Camaro 4L60E shifter, so the mechanisms are all the locking points are all on point. So I bought the shifter as well as the cable. I took this out of the car myself. The reason why I like this shifter assembly is because it utilizes just a nice rubber little push button system. So what I'm planning on doing is a lot of fab work. The plan is to utilize this metal housing as well as this aluminum cover and eliminate all of this assembly. What I'm going to do is take the shifter assembly itself and cut it all down to just the actual mechanism that's right here, just this mechanism in the center. The meat's getting smaller. So I've welded this back on, kept this all stationary. You can see the mechanism still works. So once I weld this back on, and weld this upper mount and this lower mount here and here, and once I weld this bottom one back together, I'll put a nice fat weld right across here as well and across here. Perfect. Okay. A little warm. As it stands right now, it works. And I have a lower arm, so I can attach my cable line to the bottom down here using the ball we were talking about. But the concern I have right now is I'm probably going to have to cut this off right here. Again, my mounting points are probably going to be here and back here. I'll probably do a piece of plate with a 90-degree bend and a 90-degree bend on front and back, and then that'll weld to the plate for the actual stock shifter. So So then that'll set this into place. And it'll function. But my concern is do I have enough? Is this in far enough to clear? I don't think it is. So I don't know if you can see that. Now I have enough clearance. Now I can set the shifter, build my brackets, hold this shifter mechanism in this housing. And I think this turned out pretty damn well, considering it was a big old honking unit, and I was able to actually downsize this entire assembly and make it work and keep everything working for a 4L60E. That's it. Twin stick, 4L60E shifter out of a 97 Camaro. Made to work in a 70 Scout. Neutral, drive, park. And it engages down underneath. You can feel it. You can feel it engage. You can feel it's not in between gears. So this is what I came up with for the safety neutral switch as well as the backup switch. I just went and ordered some B&M quick switches. I don't know if you can really see it. So there is a linkage down here. This is the linkage that runs all the way across the shifter itself. So when you push down on the button on the top, it pushes this little linkage right here down, and then you can slide the linkage back and forth between the gears. So I figured that this little end plate right here would be a good flat surface to push these toggle switches. So I made this bracket and just welded it onto the side of the housing on both sides of the housing. And then I just went ahead and bolted on the two toggle switches, drilled 2 holes in it, bolted it on. And then if you look down through the top, you can see the toggle switch itself. So right now it's resting against the toggle switch for the safety neutral, or we'll call it the park switch, because technically it's not going to function properly in neutral. So you hear the clicking noise. You can kind of see it pushing the little toggle switch up. So that's park. So I think for what I was trying to accomplish with taking out of a 97 Camaro, which is this assembly right here, as well as all this mechanism, that was about that big, and cutting it all down and mounting it in the factory housing for the 70 Scout, as well as utilizing the original letter pattern from the 97 Camaro. And this is the housing for the 70 Scout. I was able to actually get it in there, and I just did just a little bit of JB Weld or JB Quick in this, and then just glued it in there. This actually drops into this location, and it screws right in, 2, 3. And as you can see, I did have to modify the original slide mechanism. I had to open it up on the bottom as well as on the top to get this mechanism to go all the way. And it does line up when it's in park, when it's in reverse, neutral, and drive, as well as third, second, and first. They all line up. I don't have the ability to have this lit up or the little indicator thing. Don't think I really need it. Sometimes you just can't, beggars can't be choosers. And then I went ahead and modified this original other piece of plastic, and that actually screws down on the other side.
overzealous and I'm trying to get stuff done, like that. And I get super pissed off. Something gets broken. Or should I say smashed?
Into the fingernail. Awesome. That's why I got electrical tape. Piece of paper towel, electrical tape. Try not to stretch the electrical tape too far. It cuts off my circulation. Put a rubber glove back on, you're good to go.